All right, the Broncos are at an inflection point in their season, sitting at 8-2, tied for the best record in the entire league. The playoffs, obviously, well in sight.
We're there. But they need to string together a few more important wins with a tough schedule ahead. Our Jack of all trades, Jack Linehan, is here to look at how the Broncos got to 8-2 and then preview what we're looking at in the future.
Yeah, when you're on top of the league, guys, you get a lot of chatter across the country. And the Broncos, being 8-2, certainly with their wins, their crazy comeback wins, they have been constantly talked about. But I wanted to look back at how they got to be 8-2 because the schedule is not going to get any easier going forward, and it's been a little bit easy, comparatively, so to speak, so far. Now, preseason, they had the 15th toughest schedule. That was looking at teams, how they finished last year, 2024 season, about 500 for all the teams that they play. So pretty middle of the road, but now they're 8-2, and you're thinking, okay, they won 8 out of 10 games. That's great. Who have they beaten? Not great teams so far. 7-0 against teams with a losing record under 500. That is good, by the way. I want to clarify. That's great. You should beat up on bad teams. Very good job. They've only played 3 teams so far with a winning record currently, and they went 1-2 against them. They beat the Eagles and then, of course, lost to the Colts and the Chargers on last-second field goals. Could have easily won those 2 games to be totally undefeated, but that's besides the point because it's in the past. But they are 6-2 in one-score games, and that was a huge problem for them last year. They could not close out games. They lost a bunch of really close games. This year, they're doing a better job of closing out and winning the games that are tight down to the wire, including, like we've mentioned, the Giants game, for example. The Eagles was a 4-point game. So most of their games have been one score. It's been very difficult to watch if you're a Broncos fan, very rough on your heart, I'm sure, but by and large, they're winning. Now, looking ahead to the rest of the season, the road is tough. It's not going to be easy. They have the 15th easiest schedule. It's a 500 record exactly, but that's a little misleading because they're only playing 2 teams with a losing record the rest of the way. They got 5 games against teams with winning records. That does include 2 games left against the Chiefs. All in all, 4 divisional games remaining. And those are going to be very important because if they can win the majority of those games, they are likely to lock up the division, secure their spot in the playoffs, and hopefully have a high seed. But this is how you prove doubters wrong, right? If doubters are saying, okay, the Broncos haven't beaten anybody, look at the last slide, they beat up on bad teams. They haven't beaten good teams. You got a lot of good teams remaining on the schedule. You beat some of those teams, you shut up the doubters, and you position yourself as a legitimate contender, guys.
I like that plan.
I like that. That's a great idea, especially one of those games against the Chiefs, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, who else is 8-2? We got the Colts and the Patriots. You guys know a lot about the Patriots, both of you. What were their schedules like?
Well, preseason, they both had pretty easy schedules. The Patriots was looking at the 3rd easiest schedule preseason, and the Colts was looking at the 8th easiest. Now, where it stands the rest of the way going forward, the Patriots do have the easiest schedule of any team in the league the rest of the way, but the Colts have the 2nd hardest. So the Broncos might be able to, hopefully, if the Colts lose some of the games that are going to be tougher for them, leapfrog them in the standings and have a better seeding going into the playoffs.
Ooh, that's so interesting.
Broncos Patriots.
We've seen that story before.
We've seen that story before. All right, Jack, thanks so much.